NCIS premiered on CBS in 2003 and has been a runaway hit in both crime procedurals and television in general since its debut. It's had one of the longest runs for a show of its type, and with such a long run, it's inevitable that some actors end up leaving, whether it's due to personal reasons or plot lines running their course, or cast members getting into drama behind the scenes. Here are the real reasons why so many actors keep leaving NCIS. Lauren Holly was bored of being the director. Lauren Holly's character, director Jenny Shepard, was brought in as the new head of NCIS in Season 3, and she was one of the first cast members to change. Holly first appeared on NCIS as a recurring guest, but she eventually became a full-time member of the cast for 2 seasons. Holly hadn't acted in a while when she was offered the part, and it was only supposed to be a guest starring arc of about 6 episodes. However, Holly ended up playing the mysteriously ill director for a total of 48 episodes. She eventually left because she was tired of the role. But, as any good TV writer will tell you, dying doesn't stop a character like director Jenny Shepard from making a guest appearance every now and then. Since leaving her role as a series regular, Holly has returned as director Jenny in seasons 9 and 12 of NCIS. Sasha Alexander just didn't want to do it anymore. Special Agent Caitlin Todd, played by Sasha Alexander, was a crucial member of the cast in the early days of NCIS, during its rise to the top of network television. Caitlin was there when it all started, with the entire pilot episode showing her cooperation with Mark Harmon's Leroy Jethro Gibbs, and her eventual hiring onto the NCIS team. Sasha Alexander has spoken about the real-life circumstances that led to her departure from the NCIS cast, as well as the series co-creator Donald Belisario, and it turns out that the workload was the deciding factor in Alexander's decision. The NCIS actor's schedule was apparently too much for her to handle, and she requested to be written off the show and released from her contract. When Sasha told the showrunner she wanted to leave after 2 seasons, they certainly wrote her character off screen with a bang. Kate was killed in the line of duty by a terrorist who got the jump on her. Fans were left speechless when Special Agent Kate Todd was shot in the head, and it still remains one of the most iconic character send-offs in network TV history. The showrunners were able to bring Caitlin Todd back in various guest spots during seasons 8, 9, and 12 of NCIS, despite leaving the show so early and under such difficult circumstances for her character. Cote de Pablo wanted Ziva to be treated with more respect. After the death of Caitlin Todd in the 2nd season finale of NCIS, there was a general consensus that the team was missing a major element. Sasha Alexander's character was vital to the mix, even if her time on the show was brief, and someone needed to fill the void. Ziva David, a Mossad agent from Cote de Pablo, eventually joined the team after assisting in Hunt for Ari Hawaii, the same terrorist who killed Special Agent Todd at the end of Season 2. Despite not being on the show from the beginning, Cote de Pablo's Ziva David became a fan favorite among NCIS viewers. She first appeared on the show in Season 3 in 2005, but abruptly left at the start of Season 11 in 2013. She was the first major character to leave the hit series, and her absence was followed by others. However, the actress later stated that she left the show because she felt her character was not being treated fairly. In a 2016 interview, she explained that Ziva wasn't being treated with the respect that she deserved. Though Cote de Pablo didn't completely rule out a return to the NCIS cast, she did say that she wouldn't be interested in doing so until someone could write Ziva a story that was worthy of her character. So, there's always a chance she'll return in the flesh if the writers can come up with a good reason and the right opportunity to bring Ziva back as the badass character she's always been known for. Michael Weatherly was a founding member of the original cast of NCIS. He was one of the longest-serving members of the NCI cast at the time of his departure, having not only created his character at the start of the show's run, but also in the 2-part backdoor pilot written in Season 8. But even for a hit television show actor, working in the same place for over a decade can be tedious. Weatherly claims that his decision to leave the show in 2016 was motivated by boredom. He was burned out by NCIS and really tired of playing Tony Donazzo for the past 13 seasons. However, Weatherly didn't seem to mind the grind of making a series, because just 2 months after his exit from NCIS, it was announced that he would be the star of his own CBS television show called Bull in the Fall, based on Dr. Phil McGraw's early career. As for Tony's fate, he ends up in France, where he is raising his daughter from his relationship with Ziva. Jennifer Esposito, one and done. Alexandra Quinn, played by Jennifer Esposito, was one of 2 characters created by former showrunner Gary Glassberg in Season 14 to add to Gibbs and his team's ever-changing roster of characters. But Esposito's new character left the team almost as quickly as she had joined. Esposito might have played the role of Special Agent Alexandra Quinn on NCIS for only one season, but she left an everlasting impact on fans. Fans were shocked to learn that Esposito would not be returning to the hit show. Turns out, Quinn wasn't penciled in to be a long-term character from the get-go, and her departure from NCIS wasn't as surprising as it seemed. There were rumors that Esposito was forced to leave due to health issues, but she later revealed on Twitter that she'd simply stepped away from the team to care for her Alzheimer's-affected mother. Pauley Perrette is terrified of Mark Hamill. While NCIS had its fair share of cast departures, Pauley Perrette's departure has to be one of the more complicated stories of the entire run. Since the JAG two-parter that started it all, everyone's macabre, farting, hippo-loving, calf-pow-drinking lab tech has been a regular fixture on the show. Eventually, it was revealed that multiple physical assaults were the catalyst for her departure. Those assaults were revealed to be alleged attacks on an unidentified crew member by Mark Harmon's dog. Harmon continued to bring his dog to work after that, prompting Perrette to speak out on behalf of those who believed the situation was unethical. After some time and tension, which resulted in Mark Harmon and Pauley Perrette filming on separate schedules, Perrette's Abby and Dwayne Henry's Clayton Reeves left NCIS at the end of season 15. NCIS had no idea what to do with Dwayne Henry. Dwayne Henry was introduced to NCIS in season 13 as Clayton Reeves, a former British MI6 officer who joined the NCIS International Desk. Sadly, he only lasted 2 seasons on the show before being killed off in the same episode as Pauley Perrette's final appearance as Abby. Dwayne claimed that after the death of former NCIS showrunner Gary Glassberg, the showrunners didn't know what to do with his character, which led to his departure. Why was Zoe McClellan fired? Jeffrey Lieber, the original showrunner of NCIS New Orleans, said he was under a lot of pressure from those higher-ups in the network to fire McClellan. They didn't tell Lieber why they wanted her to leave, and in Lieber's opinion, any possible issue they had with her character on screen stemmed from her real-life personality. She even attempted to make changes, but the producers told her that McClellan had to go no matter what. So what was the real reason for CBS's decision to fire her? The problem, as Lieber explained, was that Les didn't find her Yikes. The Les we are talking about is, of course, the same Les Moonves, the former chairman of CBS who stepped down in 2018 after being accused of sexual harassment and abuse. After Lieber left the show, Brad Kern took over as the producer and immediately began disparaging McClellan. Kern is said to have told his staff that he doesn't find her sexually attractive. Kern has also told employees in 2017 how they fired McClellan because she couldn't move well. McClellan has decided to remain silent in the wake of these revelations. Kern stepped down as showrunner of NCIS New Orleans in 2018 after CBS investigated him for 2 sexual misconduct allegations, but he still maintained his position as a consulting producer. Kern was fired from the show, and his contract with CBS was terminated after an outside party was brought in to investigate a 3rd charge of sexual harassment. That's a wrap for this video. Who do you think is next on the never-ending list of actors who've left the NCIS cast? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next videos.